Hi, how are you doing? My name is Rohit and I'll be breaking down the 67th match of this year's IPL with Saudi Mumbai Indians taking on the Lucknow Super Giants in the Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai. And just like before, match 66 was rained out. The Sunrisers Hyderabad and Gujarat Titans both split points. Sunrisers Hyderabad move up to 15 points, locking up the third spot in the playoffs, meaning there's only one spot left, and that spot cannot go to either of these teams today. Mumbai was languishing at the bottom of the table. They were just playing for pride. If they won, there was a chance that they could not finish at the bottom of the table. And for LSG, this was just a match to show that if things went a little better this season at any point, they could have made it. And ultimately, that's just what happened. LSG wins by 18 runs and kind of just shows the world, hey, if a few things could have gone better, we would have been in. But ultimately, the reason why they're not in also showed up today, and it also showed up in a couple of their other losses, like their loss to Delhi a couple of days ago. Just simple application errors throughout the match that really sunk their season, because had they won that game, with the win today, they would have been up to 16 points, and they would be in the driver's seat of making the playoffs, depending on what happens with Hyderabad and Chennai in the next couple of days. So it's those small margins that ultimately sunk Lucknow's season. So this match was more of a consolation prize than anything. But matches are still to be played. Matches are points out there to be earned. And here's the thing. No match is truly irrelevant because there's always something on the line for someone. For Mumbai, it was pride and not finishing at the very bottom of the table. But unfortunately, for the second time in the last 3 years, the Mumbai Indians have finished 10th on the points table, dead last, the wooden spoon. And in terms of what really happened to get to that point, here's the thing. The game starts as it normally does. You win the toss and you elect to field at Wankhede. That's common knowledge. Hardik Pandya and the Mumbai Indians win the toss and elect to field. And Mumbai rested a lot of players like Jasprit Bumrah and Tilak Verma. And they brought in players like Namandir and Dewal Brevis. And also, Tim David also got a rest. So, a lot of chopping and changing. And this felt like one of those games where Mumbai was just trying to look to the future and think, hey, we still don't know what the auction rules are. We still don't know what the retention rules are. So, why not just take a look at everybody we got? That's pretty much what happened. And some of those guys turned out pretty good. Nuwan Tushara led the way with the 3-fer. Piyush Chola, he rolled back the years. He came up good with the 3-fer. Arjun Tendulkar started well for the Mumbai Indians, only giving up 10 runs in 2 overs in the power play. And he could have had the wicket of Marcus Stoinis had that ball been just a little lower. Spirited appeal, it's given out. Stoinis immediately reviews. Ball tracking says that ball was a little high. And even to the naked eye, you could tell that was pretty high. Stoinis even jumped to just get to the ball. So when his leg's already kind of up, you can kind of have an idea of where that's going over the stumps. But then Arjun Tendulkar comes back to a absolutely rampaging Nicholas Puran. This man was in full flow today. And on a day where none of the other Lucknow batters could really get going until the very end. At the halfway stage, Lucknow barely had 70 runs. And they just locked Deepak Hooda for their 3rd wicket. So they're in a spot of bother. And in the back end, Nicholas Puran spearheaded a 144-run second half for the Lucknow Super Giants to absolutely catapult them to a massive 214. 75 off of 29 with 8 sixes. And it was that 3rd over of Arjun Tendulkar that he actually didn't finish. He cramped up and had to leave the field. But Nicholas Puran in that over carded Arjun Tendulkar for 6s on the first 2 balls. Then you had people come in, and then those people got carded as well. Nicholas Puran spared absolutely nobody. There was no stopping this man. You could try to get him outside off. Guess what? He'll put you away for 6. You try to put it on the pads. Guess what? It goes for 6. Full and straight inside the arc. Do you even have to ask? It went for 6. Everything this man touched effectively was gold. And the Lucknow Super Giants needed that in a very, very bad way. Their top order struggled. Devdutt Padikkal out for a golden duck. Marcus Stoinis struggled to find some timing. He was out 28 from 22. Then Deepak Hooda, he also struggled, 11 from 9. KL Rahul played a very stabilizing hand, 55 from 41, but he, along with Nicholas Puran and then Arshad Khan, the would-have-been hero from the last game, on 3 consecutive balls, the Mumbai Indians had a team hat-trick. So all of a sudden, from the end of the 16th into the 17th, LSG went from 173 to 176. And now you're thinking, well, can they even get to 200? Well, Ayush Badoni came in, whacked a few, 22 from 10, gets LSG over that 200 mark, into that 214, changes the game psychologically. But again, everything starts with Nicholas Puran's pyrotechnics. This man was on a mission, and once he gets a few out of the middle, there's no stopping him. It doesn't matter where you bowl. You will be lucky if that ball does not go for 6. That is the type of player Nicholas Puran is. That is the type of player he's been in any franchise T20 league he's been in. That's the type of player he is internationally. And the IPL, for obvious reasons, is no different. This man, when he is on song, is one of the cleanest strikers of the cricket ball. And depending on the auction rules, irrespective of what they are, irrespective of what the retention rules are, the Lucknow Super Giants will 100%, without a shadow of a doubt, leave no real opportunity for anybody else to have Nicholas Puran's services for their team. This man will be a Lucknow Super Giant in 2025 and in the foreseeable future. He is that type of player. And I don't see any reason why LSG would do anything different. But in terms of the Mumbai innings, they made a lot of changes, and a lot of them didn't really make sense. So they bring in Rohit Sharma as an impact sub. He opens the innings. Okay, that's normal. Here's the thing. For the first 13 matches of this season, it's been Ishan Kishan who's opened the batting with Rohit Sharma. Today, it's Dewal Brevis, which, okay, I get that you want to change things, but why mess with an opening partnership that, one, you know works? Because for what it's worth, Rohit Sharma and Ishan Kishan have historically been a pretty solid opening partnership. They haven't fired as a unit this season, but they fired in the past. Why change it up for no reason just because you have nothing to play for one game other than pride? And that's just one of many, many questionable decisions that Mumbai has made as a lineup today. Dewal Brevis was patchy here and there, and he struggled 23 from 20. Rohit Sharma gave the Wankhede crowd something to cheer about, and the city of Mumbai absolutely loves Rohit Sharma. Rohit Sharma is practically synonymous with the Mumbai Indians brand, and at 37, similar to a lot of other players, we don't know how many years he has left in cricket in general. So seeing him strike the ball cleanly, playing with a straight bat, and just playing those shots that we know and love and we've come to enjoy over these years from Rohit Sharma, seeing that again, it was a treat to watch. That's all I can really say. And once he got out, 68 from 38, the entire Wankhede Stadium gave that man a standing ovation. Will we see Rohit Sharma back in Mumbai Blue next year? I don't know. And if we want to look a little further, if we even want to do that, will we see Rohit Sharma in Indian colors past the World T20? Again, we don't know. But here's the thing with those older players, those veteran players that we've grown up alongside, just seeing their careers. Every single one of these innings, cherish it. Cherish every single one of these innings because cricket, along with any other sport, is obviously fleeting. There's no other real way around saying it, but there's no real other way to say that the passage of time is inevitable, but there will be these brief moments where the players will turn back the clock and they'll give you a performance that makes you think, where was this guy all this time? Or is this guy back? And to those answers, all I can really say is, I don't know. If you ask those players directly, they will say, I don't know. But it's important to cherish these performances, cherish these players while they're still playing, and even after they're playing. It's important to just give these players their flowers. So that's enough of a tangent. in terms of the rest of the innings, they kind of didn't change much. Suryakumar Yadav at number 3. That did not go as planned. He was out for a duck after a brilliant catch at the boundary by Ravi Bishnoi. And then we get Ishan Kishan at number 4. He is a opener by trade. He has been played in multiple formats, both internationally and even franchise leagues and domestically, at positions that weren't opener. He struggled mightily. That did not change today. Below run a ball, 14 from 15. He was not in good nick. He struggled. And he honestly dragged this chase down. If you want to point the finger at any player, point the finger at Ishan Kishan and then Hardik Pandya with the bat. Only 16 from 13. He also was struggling for timing and power. Because think about it this way. He scored 10 runs off of boundaries, 1-4, 1-6. You take those out, that's 6 from 11. That means he's trying to go after the bowlers. He's not making a proper contact. That is not a really good sign for a T20 innings, and sometimes you just got to go for it. But it's Namandir who started the season at number 3 for Mumbai while Suryakumar Yadav was out, played some pretty good innings for Mumbai at number 3. For some reason, they drop him all the way down to number 7 for God knows why. And he almost single-handedly brings Mumbai back from the brink. Going into the final over, Namandir was on 49. And Mumbai needed 34. Meaning, there was practically no margin for error. He absolutely obliterates the first ball for 6. 28 from 5. And now you're thinking, well, we saw Rinku Singh last year hit 5 sixes in a row to win the game for KKR. Can Namandir hit 6 and win it for Mumbai? And then the very next ball, an absolute athletic effort in the field from Krunal Pandya to save a surefire 6. But unfortunately, Mumbai lacked the presence of mind to run for 3, which in that case would have meant that 4 sixes from there would have been a super over. They only ran 1, which 1 takes Namandir, the man in form, off strike, and 2, barring the bowlers messing up, game's done. But Namandir, 62 from 28, he proved that he can play impactful innings. He's proven that all season. The problem is, with a lot of their other younger players as well, the Mumbai Indians did not appropriately back their younger players. They also appropriately did not give them the proper positions. Yes, there is a point to backing experience. There are a number of teams that have done that. KKR does it. CSK does it. But there is a time and place to back experience. And you can't just completely ignore and neglect the young talent that you have. If you're going to use that young talent, give them defined roles, back them in those roles, and just let things happen from there. Don't keep chopping and changing and hoping that they'll adjust. Sometimes that just doesn't work. And ultimately, that was Mumbai's downfall this season as well. Too much chopping and changing, not enough just stability and substance. And sometimes that's just how it goes. So yeah, that's it for Mumbai and LSG this season. But this IPL is not done yet, not even close. We still have one more playoff spot to wrap up, and then it's on to the playoffs. With that, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back for the next one. Have a good one.